This is week 9 of homework. So first steps, 12 through 20. Right here, we are loading and cleaning the data. We start off by fetching stock data from Yahoo Finance. That's line 20. The YF download retrieves historical data of our ticker. And then on line 26, this fill. So the purpose of this is to be able to fill any missing values and just ensure that there's no gaps. It's 2930. So the purpose of this is to remove outliers beyond 3 standard deviations. So that's this right here. 33. This is to ensure that the data follows the business days. And then going down at 38, we start off by making our time series decomposition and visualization for it. So 38, so this is start on the time series decomposition and the visualization. Uh, it's a de it's seasonal decompose splits the time series into components. So this will be splitting the time series into components. And then the round period 252. This is just assumes a 252-day stock market cycle. Lines 41 through 51. Here we're plotting each time series component, and this will run it to be able to show it on a different screen. I'll show it. 54 through 58. Right here, we're just plotting the row and the closing prices for the rows. Or sorry, the raw closing prices. Oh, now we start off with our moving and technical calculator. So with 63 and 64, the purpose of this be computing the simple moving average, the rolling window 30. We'll calculate the average stock price over 30 days, and the same thing for the 90 days. And then 66 through 72, this is plotting the simple moving averages, and it visualizes how stock prices will compare to its moving averages. And then it will finally print it out on its own. 77 through 84. So the purpose of this so that it will forecast the next 30 days. Right here. This is the function needed to be able to forecast the next 30 days using a simple moving average. And it uses right here the last 30 days, the last 30 days of moving average as the prediction for the future prediction of the future prices. And then 88 through 92, this is where we're plotting our simple moving average forecast. This will give into a next other website or pop-up. And then 97 through 98, the ARIMA model. So the ARIMA is using past stock prices to predict future prices. This order 111. So the purpose of this is that it uses one past value, differentiates data once, and then uses one past error term. And this model fit, so the model fit will train the ARIMA model using the stock price data. And here at 101, this produces the next 30 days of stock prices periods here on business days. And then here we're plotting out our actual data, the forecast in this ticker, and this will plot show. The purpose of this is to be able to show it onto a different screen. 115, Sarima. This adds seasonal adjustments to the Rima. So the seasonal area right here, seasonal order 11112, detects yearly patterns. 114, sorry, 19. So the purpose of this line, it's that it would generate a 30-day forecast, um, considering the seasonal patterns. 30 forecasts, considering our seasonal patterns from above. And 123 to 129 is plotting our Sarama forecast with the line, the closing price, actual data, the Sarama forecast as the ticker kind of, not this ticker, but as the title, the stock price forecast was Sarama. And here, this will show it at the end. And all right. 135, 142. Sorry. So this computing performance, uh, performance metrics, the MAE, the mean absolute error. So this measures how far. Right here, mean absolute error will measure how far predictors are from the actual value, and the MSE, the mean squared error, it's similar to the MAE, but it cuts out, uh, or it notices penalties, or it cuts penalties larger, uh, that are like larger. And then the mean absolute error forecast here. So, mean absolute fair forecast here. So the purpose of this is just that it calculates the average absolute error and then around the forecast. And here we'll show our performance value, performance results that we get to see here, the points of it, how far it is off with the average, and then the squared based off the Raman model and this Raman model. And then here, this will give our last uh, two graphs that we'll see at the end. Um, the title, the Y label. Here's our Y label, and here's our title. Our lines, the different colors are above ours, the models, and the amounts. So the title and then the labels, and then here we show off at the end. This will run it and give us our um, graph. So here we see our time composition and seasonality. We get to see the original time series, the price on the left. We get to see our seasonal component in the line with the prices, and then our residual component. And then on the bottom, we get to see, or sorry, our residual component at the bottom, our seasonal component in the green, our trend component in the red, and the original time series in the blue. Now here we are, raw closing price of the Apple stock, with its the closing price on the left, and the time period here on the right. Next on the graph, we're getting our Apple stock prices with the simple moving averages. With the blue, it is the closing price with the price on what's left. The orange is the 30-day simple moving average, and then the red is the 90-day simple moving average. And then here's our graph for the forecasting of the simple moving average, or the forecasting based off the simple moving average and the stock price of Apple. In the blue, we have our actual data, and then the green dotted line is the prediction for our simple moving average. Then next we also have our ARIMA forecast that's based off the actual data. On the left, so the blue is the actual data, and then we can see our forecast or ARIMA forecast based off the data. And then next we have our forecast. This is the ARIMA data based off our actual data. You can see kind of following the trend here. This ARIMA forecast moving upwards based off our data. Next, we have our seasonal comparison, or not our seasonal compare, but our simple moving average comparison, the ARIMA and the SARIMA comparison graph with the values on the left. And then we also have our mean squared error comparison with the values on the rest between the simple moving average, the ARIMA, and the SARIMA.